Hi, I'm Orla.
And I'm Leanne. And this week we have a story that was sent to us that we wanted to share. I suppose just to caveat it and say that for some people this will be a heavy story, but the lady who sent us this really wanted, I suppose, to just offload something off her chest. So it does mean that I have to read it out. Hopefully I can do her justice in reading it out. So it starts off. I wanted to share the story of what some would call mother by blood, selfish by lifestyle. When I was 9, me ma and dad separated. Me ma always said that he was too soft, but really it turned out that she was riding his friends and he found out. He wasn't any better. When she went into hospital to have my younger sister, he'd slept with her neighbour's wife and sister. Both of them. My ma forgave him for a few years until she had a baby for our other neighbour. It's already controversial. After all the drama our family caused, our neighbours kind of turned against us. I was talked about on the road and never really given a chance as I grew up. My ma ignored that fact. As I reached my teenage years, she started drinking. I had the job of looking after her and my younger brothers and sisters. I raised them the best I could, while my ma drank herself into oblivion. She didn't care for us well, and because of the affairs from years ago, the neighbours didn't really look out for us. About 4 years later, I was still doing all of the mothering. She was drinking, and one night she came home to tell my younger brother that the neighbour's husband was his real dad. She slept with him in the park one night when he was on his way home from the pub. We grew up with loads of neglect, but this just threw our family off the deep edge. We fell apart. The younger ones were running away. Our family rejected us. My ma was at war with everyone. We got some dirty looks and were absolutely neglected. I couldn't cope, so I asked the social workers for help. Of course, they made an appointment for me with me ma, and the house was scrubbed and we were cleaned. So when they turned up, we were looking well. She kept drinking. Chaos happened. The kids were starving. When I say the kids, I mean my younger brothers and sisters. And I hated me ma, but I loved her too. Her boyfriends would come and go and try her on with me. I just wanted to be helped. Eventually, I left everything and everyone. By the time I was 17 and 3 months pregnant, for one of the lads off the road, I'd slept with him for smokes and money for shopping. €20. I lost a baby. I just wanted a mother to hug me. But this is something I never got. When people ask me, how's me ma? I find it hard to be nice about her, but think I have to be nice about her. I just want to let other women know it's okay to struggle with your ma. Not every ma is the shining star that we think they are or that we perceive her to be. My ma's currently dying of cancer as we speak, and I'm taking care of her. I despise her and having to look after her. She stole so much goodness from my life. People are all concerned about how she's doing while she's dying, and I just want her to die. That's how my ma is. I don't want to be judged, but I just want to get this out of me.
Ah, that's so sad, but like, what a champion she is for her ma to put her through all of that, and still the ma's out in it. She's there. She's still there, and she's still caring for her mother like she did from a child.
But would it be okay, I suppose, and this is maybe a question for listeners, would it be okay for her to say no? Because I believe that it would be.
Absolutely.
And that she needs permission to say no. But I remember somebody saying to me, but your ma's your ma. I was like, yeah, but like, I've hurt my ma and my ma's hurt me over the years. But my ma is my ma.
Yeah.
But it's okay to say no to somebody. I think that's put you through that
first.
Much neglect. It's okay to say no, and she's surviving, and now it's brought her into a new cycle of what survival looks like, and guilt and shame, and like, she despises the woman that she's taking care of, but still she has the good grace to take care of somebody and mind them and make sure that they're okay.
Yeah. I think she's brilliant, that girl.
I think she's
that's
phenomenal.
a wow. That's a wow.
And
I don't know if I'd be able to do that. I suppose you don't know until you're in that situation, but I'm not in that situation, but I'd probably say, no, well, I wouldn't do it. You don't know, but fair play to her.
And I'm wondering how much of herself she's had to put aside now. How much she's willing to put aside.
Yeah.
I don't know where her ma is at on her journey of dying. if she potentially could have to look after her for another year, what
10
that might
years.
mean for her.
Yeah.
If she has to look after her for 2 more weeks, if it feels like it's something that she has to do, and when the funeral time comes, it'll be a release. But there's just been so much that's gone on in her own life. And if she's had to text us to have that conversation, I wonder who supports her.
Yeah.
I'm concerned, I'd be concerned
Yeah.
about how we perceive relationships around us. And does someone just think to themselves, she's doing great?
Yeah.
Isn't she doing great? And she's dying herself on the inside. That's worrying, isn't it?
Yeah. I want to know, where was everyone when she was growing up?
Well, I mean, some parents are like electricity, and they'll fight with their siblings, they'll fight with the neighbours, they'll fight with everybody, and then eventually everybody gets sick of being fought with, and they don't come into your circle anymore. They start to mind themselves. But that means the people who are in the inner circle with this person who's the buzz, who is the electricity, they don't get minded very well. And that's where, and you'll have heard me saying this, that's where people who I call lighthouses come into your life. So I believe that a lighthouse is somebody who is rock steady, and it doesn't matter who you are or where you're at in your life. Sometimes the waters are really rough and sometimes the waters are really smooth, and they're that rock steady person who sees you for what you are, and the light just spins around, and you know in 2 years' time you could come back and knock on their door and they'd say, how are you? Do you want a cup of tea? Come on in, tell me how you've been.
I love that.
And they're just there. And I have friends that are like that, and I probably haven't seen them in 5 or 6 years, but I would know I am welcome into their space. They are a lighthouse for me, and I want to be a lighthouse for other people. Just rock steady. Doesn't matter if the waves are crashing against you, they see you.
And it's sad that not everyone has that, isn't it?
Yeah.
But we're here to listen. Maybe we could be that girl's lighthouse.
Yeah. Or just an outlet.
Or an outlet.
Just an outlet.
Yeah.
I wonder what it felt like for her to be able to just say that to somebody, to type it out. Did she get a release?
Yeah.
When she typed it out and was like, this is what I have to say.
Yeah.
So, that story comes with a million other stories.
Yeah.
And that's just like the crux of a long WhatsApp message that came my way after we set out the Instagram page. And it's concerning that people are living with this inside them and have nowhere to release it. You'd also know the funds for counselling, and there's lots of counselling out there now that's free, but the waiting lists are long, and as she's going through a little bit more turmoil in her life, trying to support her mum as best she can, she probably needs it a little bit more. But then there's an expectation on you, and it seems to me that she was the eldest daughter in the family, and they carry the most weight, don't they? I'm the only daughter in her family.
Well, I'm the youngest, so...
Spoiled rotten.
Spoiled rotten, yeah, but I think I had a lot of responsibility as well, because my brother and sister were just away with fairies.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I would have been kind of the steady one. The lighthouse.
Yeah.
I would be the lighthouse, yeah. So, yeah, and it is a lot of responsibility.
And then you have to, as you say, champion. You have to be the champion. You have to achieve everything. So either way, it impacts you, doesn't it? It's like, we'll put all our resources into this person, and then there's an expectation. You're like, well, if I want to go off and smoke a bag of crack, not that you would.
No thanks.
But even if you wanted to, the expectation is there, and trying to slip or fall, or maybe design your own expectations for your own life can be a little bit difficult when you're over parentified. But then we see with this girl how she was under parentified and people just left her. Yeah. So it's hard for people to find the balance. And this is not for anybody to feel guilty about situations that they're in. But
absolutely not.
Millions of stories out there like that. And we went to see poor
Katrina.
Absolutely excellent. Amazing play on stage, made really, really well. And she talks in our book and in the play about the influence of addiction and poverty and the intersectionality of welfare issues and people not being there for her. And she actually played that out on the stage really well. Then with some of those lighthouse people, and they helped her to get to where she is, and she's extremely successful and very honoured to be able to even read or hear or be part of her story. And when we were leaving that day out the gate theatre, and I was like, Jesus Christ, and you were like, isn't it deadly? And I was like, this is so like the neighbours in the area that I live in. It's so like the families that I've worked with in the past.
So
it's
relatable.
Really sad that's not unique.
Yeah.
It's not unique to Katrina O'Sullivan writing a book, and she is phenomenal.
Yeah.
The success is probably unique.
Yeah.
But that's not unique.
It's our story is not the first time I've kind of heard that story. Yes, it put into a book and a play, but like growing up in underprivileged areas, like you would have seen that a lot and heard of it a lot. Yeah. You know, and it kind of, it was the norm. Yeah. Really. It'd be like, oh, so-and-so's mad down the street is, oh, she's an alcoholic and the dad's not there. And it's like, oh yeah, well, that's grand.
Yeah. Wasn't even thought about or considered. The impact of adverse childhood experiences on the kids was not even considered. Yeah. And people knew that this stuff was happening. I think we're a bit more proactive with the resources and the services that we have now. And people want better for themselves and they want to do better for themselves. And I often think of that person. She doesn't say how old she is now. I wonder how old she is, and if we were to pick her life up and put it into as a 17-year-old that's pregnant for somebody on the road today versus like 20 years ago where maybe she had to go and join the teenage parent support program, or she was going to be a single parent, or maybe 40 years ago when that happened. Yeah. If it happened that long ago, what in different seasons and different themes of life would it have looked like for everybody? Yeah. Because there's women out there that are probably 80 and have lived a very similar story. Yeah. And there's women out there that are 25 and have lived a very similar story
as well. Yeah.
And there's women out there that have huge privilege and have lived some parts of that story, and their story gets hidden behind the money or the privilege or everything else that they have, doesn't it?
Yeah, 100%. So we're all kind of the same but different. Yeah. Everyone has a story to tell.
And I think for me that goes back to that stories lived and stories told. And I suppose for me the lighthouse person is safe certainty. I am safe and I am certain. Safety is hugely important to me. I'm safe and I'm certain with this person. And I think that's probably what I found in you in the past year of our friendship. There's no judgment. It's like, I'm safe and I'm certain that this is what this is for now.
I think it is, Leanne, and I think it comes with age as well. Who are we to judge anyone?
Nobody.
Who are we?
Nobody.
Do you know
Absolutely
what I mean?
nobody.
And if you judge, like if you judge me, or if Sharon next door is judging me, that's on her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
and I think we had this conversation before, but I have this conversation with quite a lot of people. And you know when sometimes you just don't like somebody? That's fine. All right.
That's okay.
That's all right.
Yeah.
But like when you don't like somebody and you try to put the reason that you don't like them onto maybe something small that they have said or done to you, that's not all right, because that's about you. It's actually not about them. But if you don't like somebody's energy or you just don't want to be around them,
that's
off
fine.
you go.
Yeah. Not everyone likes
permission.
everybody.
And if your friends are hanging around with that person, all you need to do is be respectful.
Yes.
And if you don't want to be with them, don't. We're giving you permission to say no to
no
that.
thanks.
No, bye, Felicia.
We're going
Off
here.
You go.
I'll pass on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grant, don't get me a ticket.
Yeah.
Can't afford one anyway.
We've too many gigs.
Too many gigs. But like, it's that permission that piece is okay. Yeah. But then understanding people's backgrounds and why that impacts them in the way it does, and why people make decisions in the way that they do. And like, my people will see on my WhatsApp like that, my tagline is growth over comfort. Like, how do you shake yourself out of your comfort zone to continually grow? What rate do you feel that you need to grow at? Because like I've been growing all of the years, and there'll be a time where that will stall or stop, and maybe I need to stop and reflect on where my life is at, because I can't keep doing everything all of the time.
And it's not easy to make the change or make the jump, but try.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work, so what?
Yeah. I think that's what this girl has done in the story. Like she's...
Fair play
we
to her.
don't know where she's at,
Yeah.
but we do know that she's offloaded, and that she's thought about what it is that she had to say. And if you're listening,
we're here.
Yeah.
If you'd like to tell us more, if you'd like to come in and sit down, or if you'd like to send another message, we can read out more. But thanks for sharing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And hope you feel a little bit lighter.
Yeah. I wonder what it's like hearing it back.
Yeah.
Hearing it in somebody else's words. Hearing us talk about her life.
Yeah.
And the impact that everything has had on her life, and maybe adding some perspective to it, maybe not adding some perspective to it. I wonder what that's like for her. I'm curious about that. I would invite her back to a conversation, but she doesn't have to. No. She might just want to offload. Off you go.
If that's as much as she's given, that's completely fine as well.
And if that's enough for her, then that's enough for us.
Exactly.
100%. I think that's really important to acknowledge.
Yeah.
When the time comes for anybody who wants to come on the show and have conversations, you can do it like that. You can send something into us. We can read it out. We can talk about it. You might want to do a follow-up. You might not want to do a follow-up. You can come here. You can sit here. You can have conversations. Like, I talk the hind ears off anybody.
Go away.
Yeah. Seemingly, I would. But yeah, it's all it is a conversation, and it's always going to be a conversation that you're comfortable with.
And we laugh with you, and we'll cry with you.
Yeah.
Because we love an L cry. Yeah.
Yeah. And some of the stuff that I've heard from families that I've worked with over the years, or some of the stuff that I've witnessed, has felt absolutely soul crushing and devastating for me, from my perspective. And then I see them all strolling down the road, or going to shop, or they're driving their car, and they're like, "Hey, Leanne," and like the wave out the window, and they're successful, and I'm genuinely happy for them.
Yeah.
Genuinely happy that they are surviving, that they've got over the hump that they're in. And not everybody gets over the hump.
No.
We've seen deaths, we've seen births, we've seen quite a lot in their time, but what we do see is people.
Yes.
We see survivors of life.
Yeah.
Not just of one thing or the other thing, but survivors of life. We all go through vulnerable patches in our life, especially like this lady has.
Yeah. I hope she's doing well.
I hope she's doing well too.
Yeah. I hope
genuinely.
she's happy.
Yeah.
And safe.
Yeah. I hope she's safe.
Yeah.
I hope she feels safe in herself.
Yeah, me too.
And I hope that we can offer her some safety in ourselves.
Yeah.
And as we said, if we need to refer anybody on to any other services, or anybody feels like they want to ask or need some help and support, we might be able to give them some guidance on that.
Absolutely.
Caveat that we don't know that we can right now, because we don't know what everybody's individual or unique story is, but we might.
Yeah.
We might. And sometimes you don't know until you ask. Until you use your voice.
So
until you find your power.
Yes.
Yeah. Your power is important. It's sometimes your voice is the only thing that you have that belongs to you, because it's centred in a world that's constructed around you, and you might have this inner dialogue that's telling you on the inside, oh, I don't want to be part of this, or I do want to be part of this. That's who we want to hear. You, the true you.
Yes.
Everybody's true you is important.
Exactly.
Yeah. And we can offer some lighthousing to people where possible, where they want to. We can just listen for other people.
Absolutely. You're safe with us.
You're safe for us, yeah. Well, as safe as we can make the space be.
Exactly.
That we don't want to cause any pain, or we don't want anybody to be dysregulated in any way, and we do want to hear the difference between the story that you tell and the story that you lived, and the smile that you had to plaster onto your face, or the sadness that you had to cover up, or the genuine joy that you had because your ma was fucking deadly.
That's me.
That's me. Your ma was fucking deadly when you were growing up. Like, I throw on my cardigan, everybody goes, your cardigan's massive. I like, me ma knit that for me. That doesn't mean that me and my ma didn't pull each other's hair out. Like, do you know what I mean? When I was growing up. And
that cardigan you lent me?
No, that's not the cardigan I lent you. I wouldn't give it lend me ma's cardigan. I'll ask her to knit one for you. So.
Will you?
Yeah, thanks. I will. I've been very lucky across my life to be able to draw in some really, really good friends. Friends that are like sisters, like Kira. Holly, being me daughter, is like a friend to me now that she's grown up and she's an adult. Like, really special and really, really important people.
And you need friends, don't you?
Yeah.
You need good friends.
Yeah. And how do you know the difference between what a good friend is and what a good friend isn't? How do you know? How are you supposed to know? Because people believe that friends are people that do things for you. But I believe that friends are lighthouses.
Yeah.
Sean and Kira have been two of the strongest lighthouses that I've had across my whole life. My dad's my biggest fan, champion. He's like, get out and do a PhD. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I haven't got the money or the time. But he is my biggest fan. He will push me to do anything.
Yeah.
He will champion me to do anything. He'd just be telling people about me in the pub, like when we're down there, though. Father's Day, and we're hanging around together. He'd be like, oh, this is little Leanne. I'm like, I'm fucking 46, granny, like at this stage. Like, he's like, oh, this is my young. And my dad's brother, Paul, he has no girls, and he'd be like, we always knew you'd go far. And I was like, I was just a little mout. That's all I thought that I was growing up.
But look where that mout's had to get you.
Yeah, but I didn't always have the voice.
Yeah.
It was the courage to find the voice that brings us to the places that we're at. And like, I acknowledge that we were, and I've always acknowledged this, we were a black family that weren't part of like black African. We are black and Irish, and I am cultured in a very Irish way. My dad's black, his brother and sister are white. Very difficult to grow up in the 80s as part of that. And then when my mum and dad separated, we were only young, and she reared us on our own with some difficulties.
Yeah.
Like, we were facing racism, we were facing poverty. My dad was doing his best, she was doing her best, but that doesn't mean that we didn't kick and scream and pull each other's hair. We all had different capacities to cope at the time. And like, I often think, is there parts of my life that I'd change? Sure, like, nobody wants their window smashed, or nobody wants like kind of racist stuff said about them. I don't want to be going to school and my ma's going round to box the head off the teacher because somebody called us black bastards in school, and the teacher was like, but you're black. Like, you wouldn't get that in this day and age.
Imagine.
That's in my lifetime. I was like in 5th and 6th class when teachers were saying that to me, which meant that I was, 11 or 12?
Aww.
In and around that time. I'm very
sorry
aware.
that happened, you.
Thanks very much, Orla.
Aww.
I'm sorry that happened to me, and I don't want to be part of that happening to anyone else.
No.
But like, can you imagine what it was like for my parents in the poverty-driven area,
and the 80s,
area
the
that
80s
we lived
were
in? Yeah.
Poverty stricken.
Or defending us as my ma talks about this story where I was a really sick baby and they went over to Our Lady's Hospital, and like, my dad was getting racist abuse, but like, their tiny baby was very, very sick. Newborn baby was very sick in Our Lady's Hospital, but people thought it more important to racially abuse him, and he in the Irish Army, like, do you know what I mean, as Irish as anybody else, but just cause the colour of his skin. So like, we grew up with quite a lot of difficulty in different contexts, and some of it is similar and some of it is different to the story that we've heard. I was young when I had my eldest child, who is Holly. I'm not saying her name about 10 times. You'll kill me.
Cloak and dagger.
But I was young when I had her, and I didn't know what to do, and I had to learn on the spot how to be a mum, and she's learning how to be a mum, and I'm probably still learning how to be a mum and a mum's mum, and all of that kind of stuff happens. Yeah. But like, life is different, perspectives are different, challenges come. But anybody who's made it this far, well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Pat on the back.
Yeah.
And just be kind. Again,
Just
I know
be
I
kind.
keep saying it.
Yeah. And understand everybody's different capacity or different threshold, because you don't know what's going on
And
in the
don't
background.
be quick to judge. Don't
Yeah.
be so quick to
Yeah.
judge, because you just don't know what people are going through.
But doesn't this go back to when you were saying about, am I nosy or am I curious?
Yeah.
And like the softness that you use in your curiosity is actually, I've seen you with people and you're talking to them and responding to them in a way that's encouraging. You're like, and look at where you are now, and you're after getting off the drugs, and I know this story, and I know this person, and I know that person. And really what you're telling them about is survival and empowerment and their own resilience, and pointing that out to them. And they're the things I do want to be curious about.
And some people need to hear a bit of encouragement.
Yeah.
And I think when you're talking to someone and you're gauging a conversation, you know, okay, give them an extra bit of encouragement.
Yeah.
Because they need it. They're probably not getting it from anywhere else.
Yeah.
You know,
we don't need to pigeonhole people, and we don't need to put people down. We're all in this together. Nobody's going to get any more than anyone else from a smile and a bit of respect, except their foot in the door, the power and strength internally to be able to carry on through the day or the week or the month or the year, their sense of self-belief. Wouldn't it be great to be able to just give them as gifts to people?
Yeah.
Because if you could give them to people for Christmas, you would in abundance.
Imagine.
So a little smile, a little nod, a little wink, a little how's your ma, but how are you too? I think goes a really, really long way.
I just want to say, I said an awful lot in that podcast, and I just want to let people know I can say more words. I don't just say yeah all the time. I just get very engrossed in conversation, so you will hear more words from Orla in the coming weeks. Absolutely.
My name is Leanne.
My name is Orla.
And we want to know, how's your ma?